Flex, welcome to Brit Punjabi. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Absolutely. So my name is Flexing. I grew up in a country called Germany, in a small little town called Eschweiler. I spent a lot of my time during my youth at the school, playing football in the streets. It was a real good time growing up in Germany and living in that environment. My parents immigrated from India to Germany, and now they've moved to the UK, a country full of diversity and love.
Moving from Europe to UK, what challenge did you face?
The cultural difference between Germany and England was quite significant. Me being little at the time, I wouldn't know much about the world that goes around me. All I cared about was playing football, watching TV, and playing and laughing with my friends. But especially during that time of the year, that time of period, I used to get picked on quite a lot, unfortunately, in school because of the way I look. There's not many people who wear patke, have long hair. I was alienated a lot during school, and for that reason, my parents have decided to go to a place called the UK, where they've heard that there's more of our community here, where they're more welcomed and a lot more friendly to the environment.
As you said, you faced some challenges while you were in German due to how you look. You have the same experience in the UK?
Surprisingly, it was a lot less because more people were understanding of our faith and culture. But like any people, any person who grows up in small youthful environments where you still got children from different faiths who are not understanding about others, I still get picked on quite a lot when I was little, especially in school, for the way I look, I speak, the way I talk. Coming from Germany, I was actually number one in my class for English. But when I came to England, I couldn't speak English properly. I looked up to my parents who helped me up a lot. And it was a real journey of difficulty. And now reflecting back on it, I wouldn't change it any type of way. It's made me the person I am today.
What's your message to those people who have that sort of mindset?
My message to people who are going through tough times, whether it's because of your identity or what people portray you to be, is to remain resilient. Know who you are, learn about your background, what your people represent, and remain strong in your roots.
Do you think in modern days people still face those sort of challenges in the UK?
Unfortunately, yes. Racism is something that has always been around since the dawn of time, regardless of what country you're from. It's something that persists and something that will continue. It's our job as people and humanity to educate others, teach them about who we are and how we can contribute together to make the world a better place.
What could be more done to tackle this sort of issues?
There's many great ways to communicate education to people, especially about identity. The way that we've done it is through the narrative of making a film that's not just entertaining to watch, but it has hidden messages inside which are educational for both the youth and adults.
Tell us where you graduated and what do you study?
I graduated at Aston University in Birmingham. I studied business management.
As you said, you study business, martial art, you have interest, directing, production, acting. Out of all those titles, what is most enjoyable so far?
The most enjoyable title, I would say, is acting, because acting allows you to be the person you really want to be and truly express yourself. And through acting, you're allowed to express your identity, let others know how you feel, and portray certain characters in films that deliver a message. I enjoyed doing business. I really enjoyed doing sports and martial arts because it built resilience and discipline through my life. And acting has been a medium for me to allow this to happen.
Your job is to scrub my floor and clean my plates. I had enough of your stinky attitude all week. You're fired!
Hey, shut up, man!
Flags.
Tell us a bit about the Ninth Master.
So the film is called The Ninth Master. It's the world's first Sikh superhero film in English. It recently had a sold out world premiere in Slough, and the fan reaction has been absolutely incredible. The film is a real journey of discipline and resilience, and through hardship, the star of the movie and the group of the film learn how to overcome difficulty and enjoy the lighter world of life.
Why was it so important to introduce to Sikh a superhero?
That's an excellent question. So, the Ninth Master is a story of a lineage of traditional warriors from across the world, from Spartans, Vikings to samurai. Now, for the first time in its history, a Sikh warrior is chosen to be the Ninth Master.
How important is this story, especially in England, for young Sikh community and wider?
This film is going to be very important for both youngsters and adults alike. It's a real story about how one can overcome difficulty and really appreciate the identity that they are born with. And that's what this film is about. It's not just about mastering the world, but it's about mastering your inner self.
How did you keep the story both real and a mainstream?
It's stories like these that really represent the community. It's stories like these that really show who we are as people. And I feel like there's so much stories to be portrayed and shown into the world that people can feel inspired to. Like with any kind of film, you'd expect some kind of feedback, critical feedback, where people might talk negative. But when I open the comment section, it's just a lot of love, a lot of PR, and people saying this is the representation we really needed.
Do you think this sort of subject of film have a room in a mainstream cinema?
Absolutely. This film is only chapter one, and there's many more chapters to come because Sikhs are known for their warrior race. We have been warriors and fighters since the dawn of time. Not just warriors and fighters, but also saint soldiers. The idea of being educational, learning to be compassionate and helping people, and being meditative and spiritual, as well as fighting for justice and helping others too.
Let's talk about challenges. What sort of challenge you face so far to producing this film?
That's a brilliant question. So this film was funded and backed by Flexing Studios. It's a real community-driven project, which has had a great support from both the community and the studio backing themselves. The reason why we have done this is to ensure that the authentic story remains in full control, and as well as that, it allows us to retain the ownership of the film over the long term.
How has the community responded so far?
The support has been incredible. Really, really grateful and humbling to know that the Sikh community really support this, especially when you're making a film like this. There has been moments in the past where Sikh representation hasn't been the best in cinemas, and as a producer, you want to ensure that you represent your people correctly. So there's always a little nervousness before releasing the film. How are the people going to feel and react to this? And when you see people's faces, especially after the world premiere, I had little kids, elders hugging me, saying thank you. This is the film that we needed, and we want you to make more films like this. It's moments like that that made me tear up on the day, and it tells me why this film is bigger than just the movie itself.
What do you want to audience take away from this film?
The reason why we made this film is to inspire people around the world. I want people to take a positive message from this. We have messages in the film such as anti-bullying, saying no to alcohol, drugs, and helping your neighbor as well. So if there's a message in the story that resonates with the audience, I'd like you to take away with it and apply it to your everyday life. In all honesty, I have faith in God. God has been the reason why I've been there. I've done my daily prayers, and there will always be negativity. There's always a darkness to the light. For me, it's about creating more films like this because I know that at the end of the day, the results show that people are feeling inspired from this film, and we're going to make changes to people's lives in a positive way.
This is just your start, and you're hoping to be end up in Hollywood?
Absolutely, that's the big dream. This is my first ever big direct debut for a feature film, and we are making our presence in British cinema. I would love to continue this journey in British cinema and Hollywood as well, mainly because there hasn't been a centric heroic figure who looks like me to represent the community, and I want to be there to shine a positive representation people, not just us, but many around the world. I knew from the very beginning that this is going to be a tough journey, especially when the path hasn't been paved yet. And there's a lot of ifs and buts, and someone like me who hasn't been in this kind of central heroic figure before, I knew that doors were going to be shut on me the moment I present this as a vision to other people. But it's been 4 years, I've remained persistent, and here we are.
Title of this film may be no appeal to everyone. Do you think is a good investment?
I feel like money isn't everything in this world. I've got a very good degree, I've got background and knowledge in different industries. But for me, it's about leaving a positive message into the world. You know, as Sikhs and people from our culture, we believe in afterlife and karma and how our soul goes into the next journey and what we're going to do with our time on this planet. Which is why it's important to make a film like this, which has good positive values, which enshrines and encourages people to become better. And that's all I want to do. I want to make this world a better place.
How you can describe Ninth Master?
So, The Ninth Master is the world's first Sikh superhero film in English. It's a real journey of discipline, resilience, and hardship. I've had a great pleasure working along with my colleagues from different backgrounds who have all portrayed their characters really well. It's a film about different warriors from across the world who are united at once and bringing a message of positivity into the world.
Producing this film, anytime you think it's not for me, to quit?
There has been a lot of moments, a lot of big hurdles to leap through. And it's very easy to get comfortable in life, to go for an easy job and, just set with a family. But I knew I was destined for greatness, and to do something impactful in this life, you have to do things that ordinary people wouldn't do.
What's your end goal from this film?
What I'm hoping to achieve is to bring this message out to the world. I want this film to reach a global success, inspire millions of people around the world, and with God's blessings, have more funding available so we can continue making these kind of projects.
Tell us a bit about your role in the film.
My role in the film, I don't know where to start. From acting, directing, producing, even helping out in post-production. God's given me a gift. I've ensured I've worked on my gift for many years to come, and I've done everything in my power to make this film possible. So my role in this film, I portrayed a character called Singh. Flex is actually a young boy who's an orphan, lost his parents. He works at the back of an old kitchen, and through struggles and hard life, he finds small acts of kindness, like helping the homeless, trying to find meaning in this big world. One day he finds a samurai warrior who teaches him the mastery of self-defense and helping others, and then later he becomes the warrior you will know today.
Are you planning to take this film to India?
Absolutely. We've actually received so many feedbacks from different nations across the world. Dubai is one of them, India, Canada, USA. There's a real audience there who wants to see this film, and we'll definitely consider showcasing the film there as well.
Flex, thank you so much speaking to Brit Punjabi, and all the best.
Thank you. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਦਾ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਦੇਖ.
You have to be honest with yourself. What motivates you?
My turban. It represents hope.
Born and bred in Bristol. Parents are from Hong Kong originally, so I'm second generation here. Grew up in the inner city. Only Hong Kong Chinese person in the whole community, but there are lots of Indians and lots of Sikhs around. So I've been around Indians and Sikhs all my life, and Afro-Caribbean. Growing up within the city, I studied lots. I worked hard at school. I'm actually a qualified sports physio, so that's what I've been doing for the last countless of years, and having lots of different management jobs. But I come into acting at a slightly later part of life. So I've always remained fit and healthy, being of a Chinese background, people always assumed that I did martial arts. And they would be right, because I did get my inspiration from the old Kung Fu films, the old Chinese movies where they dub voices, which is quite comical. But it really inspired me. Bruce Lee is my inspiration. So I took up martial arts when I was 10, 11, and then which then spurred me on to my journey as an instructor, and it calmed me as a whole person. But I never really got into acting until I reached the grand old age of 50, which was a few years ago now. It's just circumstance where I never got the opportunity to become an actor, and here I am now as an actor. It's probably I've done so. I started off as an extra, as lots of people do. Lots of different costumes, lots of different venues, and lots of different roles. But it was probably this movie as the character I played was probably most memorable, because it was probably the most closest to my heart and the most closer to what I represent as myself, as opposed to being an actor where you play whatever the script portrays you to be. This script actually echoed what I was as an essence as a martial artist. So it's probably this film. I know it sounds cliche, but yeah, it really hit home, and the script was that good. It really touched me, and that which made me want to be part of this film.
How you can describe Ninth Master?
Ninth Master is just like what Flex said previously. It's a film of inspiration. It's a film of drive. It's a film of never giving up. But it's also a film about culture. I knew a bit about the Sikh culture, but not as much as I do now, knowing that they're a warrior race. Now, being of a Chinese background, I know how the martial arts played a big role in history, but knowing more about the Sikh history, it just brings us both together a lot more. So within the film, the character I play a wise old master who wishes to instill wisdom onto the young. Now, the young of today, because of technology, they think they know everything, but it's the wiser older people who've been there, done that, who want to impregnate this wisdom onto people so they can become better themselves. Is what I like about this film, and that's what I feel this film projects onto the audience and its characters. Most definitely, yes. Being around a multicultural society, it just makes your eyes open up to the rest of the world. So it enhances your perceptions. It's knowledge. I love knowledge. I love learning about other cultures. I love learning about other ways of life and how to live your life. So being of a multicultural background, it just enhances your ability to absorb all these different cultures. Oh, the challenge to come through would be similar to what I just said earlier. It's the perception of people to accept knowledge and to accept wisdom. Seek help. If you need help, please seek help. There are people out there which can give you good help if you need it. Not everybody can give you good wisdom, but there are certain people out there in the world which can portray wisdom upon you, and which is all encompassing for a good life. I play a character called Kumaru. Now, he's very mysterious, and we're not quite sure how old he is. He's well over 100 plus years old. He's been around, but he's not part of the ninth master, eighth master, seventh master. But what he is a more mysterious character which teaches people to become the masters. He has the wisdom, he has the experience, but he also has the humbleness to portray wisdom and teachings onto others so they can become great. His only obstacle is persuading the young people, like the character portrayed by Flex, that he is genuine, he is sincere, he is here to help, not to take away from you. So I love playing that character because instead it's similar to myself. It's in taking all the wisdom that I have to give on to the youth so they can then carry this wisdom onwards. Very interesting. I think what's missing is that perhaps Flex should have a love interest. It will probably break a lot of people's hearts that he will have a love interest, but I'm thinking if he then has some romance, I think he needs some romance because he's had a hard life, and we all need a bit of romance in the life just to help settle us down. Apart from that, the script is fantastic.
What's your message to the viewer, especially in Great Britain, who's thinking, reading about it, how you can encourage to go and watch that film?
My message would be humbleness. Accept what you have, but do not think that that is the end of it. Encourage yourself to take on wisdom. Ask elder people for advice. Don't always go to the internet. Don't always go to friends, but seek out elders, wise people, and just encourage them to pass on their knowledge. There's always more knowledge to be obtained. So that's what I would like to pass on. Production, wow. Okay, so production was very testing only because of some of the locations that we were filming. We filmed fantastic locations, but it was hours and hours and hours to drive places. I don't want to give away some of the locations. Can I give away some of the locations? Let's just say miles away from civilization, but absolutely beautiful. All filmed within the UK. The UK is stunning for locations. We can be in the Peak District. We can be in central London. We can be in Snowdonia. We can be in Scotland. All these places are encompassed within the film. And to get to these places, it's not a case of we'll call a driver and drop us there. No, we have to park and we have to hike for hours and hours and hours to get to a location. And Flex is so precise in what he wants, his vision of what he wants for the film. So we had to find a specific location. Places that once we get there, we will always stand back and go, wow, this is amazing. I didn't even know this place even existed. I didn't think Flex even knew this place existed. We just come across it. So we were fortunate enough to explore the country and find a specific locations. So production-wise, it was a struggle. When it was cold, when it was wet, I think there was a time when it was really, really hot, and we were just so hot and dehydrated. But we were looked after. Flex would say, "Make sure we're drinking. Make sure we're in the shade." We were all looked after very well, and there was another one of the assistants called Lee who kept us fed. He gave us good food, kept us all fit and strong, and made sure our welfare was well looked after. But production was very interesting, very caring, and like a family. Yeah, most enjoyable. It will have to be the director, the writer, the producer, and also the star. Very, very, very good. If I had a hat, my hat will go off to him because he knows what he wants. He's got his vision. His vision only he sees in his head. Us as actors, we'll see a script, we'll see a scene, and say, okay, we do the scene. Not Flex. Flex will see the scene. He will see the aspects. He will see what's behind the scene. He will see what's behind your eyes. Take 20, we're going again. Take 30, we're going again. We've got to get it right. But as actors, we do that. We appreciate what he needs to see. But as professionals, we just troop on. But yes, the hardest person to please would have been Flex, but it's all worth it because you can see in the film the end product is spectacular.